I'm going to show you the rig. I'm going to give you the gear list, just in case anybody wants to make their own walking rig. And this cute little thing, this sweet little speaker, this is the new speaker that I got, and it has a backpack that hopefully keep the balance of this rig so that I won't have as many back problems. So I am going to explain it. I'm going to show you how I built it. I see that I am clipping a little bit on the mic, but you're telling me that the mic is okay. So I'm going to take your word for it. Okay, so obviously the walking rig was inspired by Suat. I always want to give credit where credit is due. I'm not the first person to do this. I won't be the last. But it's really a lot of fun, and it is an extensive build. I'm not going to lie, but maybe you guys can help think of something that's a little bit different I could do differently, or something that I could get away with that's cheaper. Let's break it down. So first of all, obviously, is the controller, right? So this is the Denon Prime Go. It's standalone. It's battery operated. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. It retails now for about $900. I saw it. It used to be $1,000, going on sale. So yes, this is the heart. This is the music. This is where the mic is, all that good stuff. Now, the cameras, I'll show you. This is the camera I usually use. These are called Mevos, and Logitech, they recently bought Mevo. Their whole thing is that, and that's the other camera that I'm using right now too. Their whole thing is that you can multicast and have multicams and do basically your own production. You can have different angles, different shots, stuff like that. Obviously, the most expensive thing was the controller at $900. And the second most expensive thing would be the speaker, which we're going to get into in a minute. The third most expensive thing is the camera, because these cameras, they're about like $399 now, I think. Or you can get a 3-pack for $999. Do you download your tracks before the walk or pull them on the fly? Well, that's a good question, Fuckna. Thank you. This does have the capability to stream as long as there's a Wi-Fi signal, but because I don't want to risk it, because my Wi-Fi is notoriously, it's choppy and drops. I don't want to add any more stress to it, so I just download all my tracks for the walking set. Ask the questions, and if I don't see it, one of the mods will remind me or something like that. I keep checking back every now and then, but we're here today. We're talking about my walking rig and all the components and everything, in case you're interested, if you want to have your own walking rig, or if you're just curious about how does it work. Let's talk about the iPad. Is what I use as a way to monitor the chat. So it doesn't have to be big like this. It's just that I'm blind and I wanted to be able to see more of the chat. And this is the Mevo software. You can kind of see it. So I can monitor the two. I have two different cameras. I can monitor the audio, and I can do overlays and stuff like that. It used to be opposite, but I needed to be able to see the chat better. That was one of the feedback items that I got, was that I don't get to the chat enough when I'm on these walking sets, and I want to be able to make sure that I'm interacting with you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the camera software, it's free. It only costs, what the camera costs. All joking aside, the cameras have been really awesome for these mobile streams. As much as I complain about the Wi-Fi and stuff, just the ease to be able to plug it in and sign in with my Twitch and be able to go live is it's really nice. All right, so we've covered the camera. We've covered the software that runs. The camera is, the app is called Mevo Multicam. I use the iPad just to look at the chat, and I've got the controller. So next up, let me go back to this one. Let's talk about the speaker. This is new, right? This is my new speaker. I used to have a Bose speaker on the back of my backpack, but today is going to be the first time that we use this sound box. It's heavier. It's going to be bigger. Not going to lie. It's going to be a little tougher, but that's okay. This is the same thing. It's wireless and it's dust proof. It's splash proof. Soundbox is really cool. I actually have 2 bigger soundbox speakers that I've gotten from this company. So yeah, but it's 40 hours of battery life. And I think if you go past half volume, it gets like 25 hours. That's just a crazy amount. It's just crazy. And what's cool is, I'm going to put this mic down for a second. Hold on. So this is the backpack, and the speaker fits in the backpack. and then I just kind of strap it on, and that's what I'm going to hook up to my rig. So this is the only thing I've ever seen like this. It's pretty cool. I've seen some people actually at rallies and stuff, and protests, and they had the soundbox speakers on their back. How much does it all weigh? You know what? I forgot to do that. It used to weigh 30 pounds, and that was before I got this big speaker and the backpack frame. So, you know what? I'm going to say it's probably more like 30, 35. That, yes, if you're curious about any of these, I do have a gear list. If you want to check out any of the things that I'm talking about, because I'm kind of flying through them a little bit faster. So, yeah, it's hefty. That is that. We've got controller, cameras, iPad, software to run the application so that we can stream automatically to Twitch. Next, let's talk about how I make it wireless, some of the components that are not wireless, because this was some good fun to figure out. So the soundbox are wireless to Bluetooth, okay, but it's not wireless to my controller, right? So I had to figure something else out. So what I did, that cute little thing, that is from my wireless for my guitar when I was playing in the band. So I decided, well, I'm just going to use it for this. So I put it on that. I didn't know how it was going to work. And then on the back of the controller, I have it in, and it's in the booth. It's the booth output. And the reason I put it in the booth output is because then I can either turn up the volume and turn it down for what people hear, or, yeah, and so I don't mess with my master volume when I'm streaming for Twitch. So that's why it's like that. How big are you with all the gear? Like, what's your walking footprint? Size is actually a hindrance. Yes, happy place traveler. Because let me show you. Okay, so it's about 4.5 feet from the camera to the front of the controller, right? And then there's me, and then it's going to be this speaker with this backpack. So it's pretty beefy. It's pretty girthy. It's definitely girthy. So this mic is just a cheapie from Amazon. It's called Toner. This is the transmitter, or Tonor. So again, I just have it connected, this microphone right here, connected to this little stand that I have, and I'll talk about the stand next. What the controller is on, this is actually a guitar pedal case that I just took apart, and I filled it with foam. So on the gear list, it will say guitar pedal case, and you'll be like, why would you need that? But I had to have something that I could stick foam in that would fit the controller, and that's kind of like the platform. And then the way I attach things is the underneath. Let's go to the undercarriage. It's probably going to be hard to see, but this is an external battery pack. And then I have just these hooks that I screwed in to each of the corners to secure when I put my strap-on on. And then this bad boy, this is actually a kayak tripod. It's called Yak Attack, because this was the hardest thing for me to figure out. So like figuring out how to have something secure from the base of this case out far enough and up so that you could see the controller and what was behind me, it was a real pain in the ass. Total pain in the ass. I know, as I'm like talking about all of this and all of the things I'm done, I'm like, what the hell? But remember, this has been like almost 2 years. I've been building this and refining it and making it different and better for like 2 years, basically. Tripod is like, that was like $100. I haven't totaled up. I should total up how much everything is. No, I don't want to, actually. Do not do it. I gave you the gear list. It's missing some things anyway, so don't do it. But yeah, so that goes underneath the case. And then I have another one. I had to duct tape it. It's just like an extra extender for a camera. And then again, I just have it. I used to have this problem when I would go out on these walking sets where it would like wobble and then turn, and I'd have to ask strangers to fix it for me. So the duct tape helps. The duct tape helps. I think we should strap her on. What do you guys think? All right, let's fucking go. Oh boy. This makes me top heavy. Like, and not in a good way. Fuck Ghostbusters. Okay, I think I figured it out. Push button. Push to start it. Okay, I think we are successful now. Here we go. Whoa. Hold on to your hats and glasses.
Some people have problems. You won't be able to solve them. There's no need to fuss. You just